They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
.43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. Second down and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. On 3rd down, Carson. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Second and 7. This is Carson. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Carson. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Pete Carroll, no stranger to rolling the dice. He'll roll it again. Fourth down, they're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right? Because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal. Too short for the punt. You might punt in the end zone and just give them good field position anyway. Let's go for it. Plus, they were moving the ball. They had confidence that they could pick up this last bit of real estate.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now it's Carson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. On third down, it's Carson, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were. Now Carson fumbles the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return will stop right around the 25. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on first down. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. This is Gordon as they go to him again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime. On third down, here's Williams. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now Gordon on first down. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime.